Hey, it's Jordan with Status Coup with an update on yesterday's New York City subway shooting in Brooklyn, where 10 people were shot and at least 23 have been wounded thus far. Fortunately, no one has died. There is now a person of interest, which is really just a legal term for suspect. Frank James, a 62-year-old black man, is being looked at and basically hunted for at this point by the FBI, NYPD. He had quite the presence on YouTube. We are finding out YouTube actually just deleted his channel, but fortunately we went through the channel earlier this morning. I'm not going to play clips from his channel because I don't trust YouTube and I think they would ding us, even though they probably wouldn't have a problem if mainstream media played parts of the video. But we have quoted extensively from his videos, which in a lot of cases are violent, racist, and homophobic. Just to give you kind of the overview of his YouTube channel, he talked about his post-traumatic stress in a few videos. He also talked about death in several videos and the desire to, quote, exterminate certain groups of people in one clip. In his most recent clip posted on Monday, so a day before the shooting, James told black people they were not free and slavery still existed. He also criticized New York City Mayor Eric Adams for not making the subway safer and for allowing homeless people to sleep in the stations and in carriages. In some of his videos, he alludes to himself having been homeless before. I want to focus in on a video he uploaded on March 1st, because I think it's pretty symbolic of maybe some of his motive behind this senseless act of violence. So on March 1st, he uploaded a video. It started just playing a local New York City news clip of subway violence, where a man was shot in the chest on the subway platform, as well as an older man walking with a cane who attacked a woman with a hammer on the subway stairs. The news clip also talked about a man on the subway platform who pushed a bag of feces in front of a subway rider. The news clip ends with Mayor Eric Adams talking about adding more mental health professionals and sending them to subway platforms to deal with the violence. That apparently set off Mr. James. I'm going to quote from what he said in the video. "Here we go again. Same old shit again. I told you so. I got these motherfuckers up here to show you again. These were the people that were supposed to be helping me." So here's an image he had put up. I believe these are mental health professionals that treated him at Bridgeway, which is a mental health facility in New Jersey. He kept that graphic behind him with those individuals up throughout the video. Let me continue. "I got these motherfuckers up here to show you again. These were the people that were supposed to be helping me. They made me worse. They made me more dangerous than anyone can ever fucking imagine. But these are the people that Eric Adams wants to send out to help the homeless and whatever else the case may be. It ain't going to happen. And who are the majority of the mentally ill homeless? Who are they? They're black." He went on to say, "Here's the cavalry, Eric Adams, a bunch of fucking predators, a bunch of deviants, a bunch of psychopaths and sociopathic fucking bitches. They're going to help you, Eric." Again, he's referring to the mental health professionals who treated him. "They're going to help a lot of people get fucking killed. These bitches can't help nobody. Why? Because they're all for themselves. They're all homosexual, and whatever they have at Bridgeway is a homosexual thing. If you're not a homosexual, you're not welcome at Bridgeway." I don't know the details of Mr. James' mental health treatment. I don't know what his issues were. Not all mental health issues are created equally, but obviously there's something going on with mental health, because the mental health facility he was treated at does not employ only homosexuals or only treat homosexuals. Obviously, that's not the case. But what you have here is obviously somebody with a lot of grievances mixed with his own experience and mental health challenges. Now, obviously, the right-wing media will use this and try to weaponize it for their often red herring with the gun crisis around America, that it's not the gun, it's the mental health challenges of the person shooting. Obviously, the abundance of guns, more guns in this country than people, is making it easier for mental health challenges or people with mental health challenges to start shooting people on a subway, schools, et cetera, et cetera. It's not one or the other. And guns are definitely a massive, massive problem and crisis in this country. But putting aside Mr. James' motive here, the key thing is there are people like Frank James on YouTube and elsewhere posting all sorts of videos, some deranged, some violent, some talking about violence. You know, the FBI, other threat monitors and groups monitor this, but there's no way to really flag every one of them. And there's no way to watch in real time when, for example, he posted just a few days ago talking about exterminating people. There's really no way to catch that in all cases. And unless we want to put, you know, cops in front of every subway door entrance, in front of every bus in New York City and other busy cities, if we want to have metal detectors and live in basically a complete prison surveillance state, things like this could happen. We do have a mental health crisis in this country, but the answer, as it seems Mayor Eric Adams is previewing in interviews yesterday and this morning, is not more police, or as he said on Morning Joe this morning, new technologies at the subway. Let's take a look.
The gun detection devices. Oftentimes when people hear of metal detectors, they immediately think of the airport model. Those are not the only models that are available. There are new models that are being used at ball games, ballparks, hospitals, where you're not stopping to go through your belongings. You're simply walking through a device. I sent my deputy mayor of public safety to several conventions to look at the new technology out there. We're going to explore new technology to make New Yorkers safe. And we believe we have a technology that we can use in the subway system that many passengers are not even going to be aware that they're walking past a device that could detect weapons. And we're excited about the possibilities. And I'm not going to leave any legal technology off the table when it comes down to keeping New Yorkers safe.
Yeah, so I don't know what new technologies he's talking about. Very vague. I do know a lot of these new technologies include facial recognition, which, if you know anything about facial recognition, it disproportionately and often incorrectly identifies Black and brown people as suspects or as instigators in crime. That might be what he's talking about. He clarified he's not talking about metal detectors, but some type of new technology that won't disrupt or be even seen. Sounds a lot like a surveillance state to me. We obviously are horrified by what happened yesterday. Again, fortunately, no one has died, but we don't know the extent of injuries that these victims will live with. So I'm not against, trying to alleviate the crime problem, but you don't really hear people like Eric Adams or other politicians talking about what is the root of crime. Because the root of crime in many cases, and there's a lot of research to back this up, is economic injustice, income inequality, and the new Gilded Age we live in here in the United Corporations of America. He don't want to touch that because he's part of inflaming and increasing that new Gilded Age in the favor of the wealthy. So not excusing what this suspect, Frank James, did, but the answer for more crime is not more cops, new vague surveillance state technology, facial recognition. The answer is, how do we alleviate pain and struggle from the masses, with, in New York City particularly, rent going up 30 to 50%. People have been evicted during COVID and have had to move. And New York City Mayor Eric Adams has been sweeping up and using the police to basically sweep up homeless encampments and tossing the homeless out like they're garbage. So we'll keep monitoring this. The YouTube channel has been taken down, but we did track some more of his videos before it was taken down. So as we have time to look into more of the things the suspect said, we'll report that here at Status Coup. And remember, sign up for our text list, statuscoup.com/text. So you'll get a text message when we're live every day at 5 o'clock Eastern, statuscoup.com/text. That way you don't have to rely on YouTube, which notifies you, if we're lucky, 30% of the time when we go live. statuscoup.com/text. Thanks for watching, and make sure to tune in to Status Coup's daily live stream Monday through Thursday at 5 o'clock Eastern Time and Fridays at 4 o'clock Eastern Time.